Всех приветствую, с вами Qwenix. Сегодня у нас вторая попытка постримить советов с кросс онлайн. Ну, вроде в этот раз работает. В этот раз нормально. Какой план? Ну, выполняем сюжет героя, да. Уж ничего делать. А, да, уже. Ну, вроде бы не так уж и много осталось, чтобы прокачать полностью ветку. Так что, думаю, сегодня мы закроем сюжет гильдии этой. Раньше нельзя... А, да. Я не понял, как этим буду пользоваться. Кстати, да. Попутал вот это нужно. Да. Довольно много несобранных ресурсов тут. Даже странно как-то. Блин, сундуки недолутанные находят. Сволочи. Оставили. Что таких сундуков теперь ищут. Да, теперь люди пытаются нормально найти. Я слишком жадный, чтобы оставлять эти ресурсы валяться. Так что берем все. Так. Нет, вот это. Интересно, ник есть или нет? Вот сейчас узнаем. Не. Надо будет, кстати, в тримперсом сходить, открыть новый канал. Открывание вот этих ящиков бандитских. В троперс есть, а у него как бы навыки-то не вкачаны. Индийские. Надо. О. Кликнулось. Наконец-то. Вообще, кстати, я насчет троперса глянул. Вот будет ивент. А, нет. На ивент тоже нельзя. Хотя на ивент, конечно, потому что там буст к опыту будет сильный, но с такой стороны там будет буст к ящикам. А троперс у меня немного низкоуровневый. Так что, походу, промежутки между teso плюс и новым ивентом придется быстренько качать перса до 50 уровня. Хотя, что там качать? Он уже 10-й. Так, подлагивает. О, блин, сундук. А вот и ключ. От этой двери, походу. Не то. Понял. Так. Так. Блин, да чё так у нас в сундуках хранится-то, а? Серьезно. Дешевые рецепты. Мусор всякий там. Успокойся. Эх. Неактивируемый, кстати. Не, например, активируемый, но не деактивируемая. Мое. Нормально так. Их же ловушкой. А, да, тут точно не подписывается, куда именно бежать. Ладно. Бежим туда, куда указывает маркер. Маркер бесполезен. Как мы можем понять? А вот он туда-сюда посылает. Так что идем туда, где босс сидит. Все. Это мое. Сам виноват. Ну, ему не нужно, видимо. Так бы я ему оставил, но он сам их не взял. Ну, как хочет быть. Его дело. Честно говоря, тут очень плохо сделан вот это поиск. Вот поиск очень плохо сделан. Как идти туда? Вот непонятно. Может там какой-то альтернативный путь есть, я не знаю. Вот этот. Да блин, вот они ложки урон такой себе наносят. Они бесполезны, но бесят. Они просто бесят. Вот. Вот это да, конечно. Как противники местные, собственно. Это еще замедляют. Возможно, как-то туда забраться. По доскам тем. Вот. Ладно. Зацепка это хорошо. Да, я тут. А толку? Ну что, в гайд лезть надо? Ну, маркеры тут крайне тупые. Поэтому, ну, походу, да. Так. А сейчас на этом гляну, там как проходить. Потому что я реально не знаю, как это пройти. Но не показано на карте. Вот карта туда-сюда гоняет. Вот. Серьезно. Угу. Вот место, где я сейчас сижу. Так, ну он должен у моста сидеть. Да, вот он. Так и есть. Я даже лайк поставлю. За такое.
Glad you decided to join me. These pirates are definitely of the... I tracked Anais to that building behind us, but the lock on the door has thwarted all... You did? Excellent! Anais, I'm so glad we found you. And all in one piece, too.
No thanks to you. You left me tied up on the docks. What did you think was going to happen? I demand you escort me home. Immediately.
Right. Of course. I just need a moment to confer with my associate.
Of course you do. Just let me know when you're ready to get me out of here. These pirates have no appreciation of soap and water.
On the one hand, I'm grateful that Anais doesn't appear any worse for the wear. On the other, yes, rescue her. Yes, I never wanted to become a slave merchant. But if we set her free, won't she just continue with her awful ways? I hate to admit it, but I'm at a loss as to how to proceed. I see your point, but one can learn about murder without being murdered. Until the pirates ransom her back to... What does that matter? Should I determine my actions based on the inclinations of a slave-keeping, self-centered aristocrat? What should I do? I just want to return to the den, put this off.
А почему нельзя сказать ему, сам решай?
Your walk softly's idiot associate. Don't think I haven't met...
On the one hand, I'm grateful that Anais doesn't appear any worse for the wear. On the... Yes, rescue her. Yes, I never wanted to become a slave merchant. Yes, I suppose I should. But does that mean I abandon my goal to teach Anais a lesson? How would I live with myself if she continues to treat... What does that matter? Should I...
Вот так.
I'm going to leave you here, Anais. It's the only way to teach you a lesson about the difference between people and property.
Ну ты сама виновата. Ничего скрывать было.
You're really going to let him do this to me? Leave me here like some sort of servant for a gang of disgusting pirates? I won't be trapped here forever. You're really going to let...
О,
I know these
предупреждали.
pirates. They'll ask for a ransom, receive their gold, and Ananias will be home before the week's end. With any luck, that will be more than enough time to show her what the life of a slave is really.
А, так. Интересно, пойдет ли кто-то на стрим или нет. Хотелось бы. Смотрим, узнаем. А можно сказать, мы просто так бандитов перебили. Ну, реально просто так взяли, прошли, побить бандитов. Просто так. Ну и чё? Сами виноваты. Не достают. Не достают. А вот куда ни кинь. А вот. Тут нормально. Далеко.
There you are.
Заткнись.
News for you.
I heard that the pirates demanded a large ransom for Ananias. Her family hesitates, but I'm sure that, of course, just as you suggested. And the forged letters you planted worked perfectly. Pimsy is free. I'll help him start his new life as a free Argonian.
Кстати, можешь попытаться делик выполнить. Вот этот. Я вроде как там немного разобрался, как это все делается. Квесты, конечно, тяжелые вот эти. На скрытное прохождение, но награда там даже за провальные хорошие.
Far and dark can move things from place to place when a boss needs. Goods, coin, people.
Ух. Ой, тут ловушки. Я серьезно? Блин, это прям очень такой квест. Куда? Что? Ну вот тут реально с первой попытки никак не сделаешь, потому что ты во-первых, даже не знаешь, как тут проходить-то надо это. А если вот так сделаю? Просто отменю и заново запущу. Также можно? Можно. А нет, это, кстати, лучше не использовать. Это да. Да, я знаю. Серьезно, так далеко пойдешь? А, да. Нет, просто идет, развернется нормально. Тогда ладно. Ну, почти. Почти успеваю. Ну, может, пройдешь. Не сюда. А видимо тут, кстати, больше, чем 7 штук. Ощущение, что они респаунятся. Камни. Возможно, да. Ну, кстати, реально успеть. Реально. За второй попытки оно вышло.
Got your latest cut of them. Their eyes shone brighter than the stones themselves. It was a simple thing to get them to part with a little extra for the flawless.
Ну, честно говоря, казалось, что получше будет. Ну и так пойдет, ладно. Ладно, выполняем сюжет где.
Nothing is long.
There you are. You heard about the wedding? This is our chance. Nicholas must have planned all this, stealing the dowry, using it as leverage on Philora. Now she's bound to marry Kosh, his puppet. If Magnifica Philora learns exactly who she's about to marry, she'll turn the iron wheel on Kosh. And if we threaten Kosh's future, Nicholas... Silverclaw said he'd help with invitations. Meet him at his shop, down by the harbor. I haven't decided. But whatever happens...
Ладно, идем. И вот интересно, вот чел, который тут стоит, он те же самые квесты выдает. Вот у входа тут где-то. Наверное, да.
I'm desperate.
Так, насколько там далеко? Ага. Понятно.
I don't want to... Sure. I'm not afraid of you, you know. But you can go.
Да, я тебя запомнил, но иди. Ну, что-то прямо такое сказал он.
Watch your step, ground walker.
А, хоть смотри, кто-то. Угу. Да, тут. Нет. Ну, похоже он на это. А, да.
Another one?
Как туда пройти, я не знаю.
Should I go ahead and call the guard?
А, вижу.
Oh, hello. Every important merchant in Abba's landing received a wedding invitation. Every single... Lord Wallavier, for one! That paranoid cheat lounges about the market as though he owns every tile on the walls. Or that lush Lady Balina. She won't even attend. Just use it as an excuse to buy another dress from Perseus Locke. She's sweet on him, you know. I dislike them equally. Lord Wallavier would keep it in his pocket. Were you subtle enough, you could take it from him. Lady Balina would certainly leave it upon her. Good, good. When you do, meet me at your thieves' den.
Ну, идем.
How can we expect a decent forgery? I can barely read your writing.
That is intentional. I write defensively. It keeps prying eyes from deciphering.
Нормально все будет. Что-то работает, надо тоже проверить. Да. Чат работает. О, висит-то какая. Стражник, ты того, что ли? Турел. Как же пройти-то теперь? А, все. Какой-то умный человек прошел там. Мимо стражника. Тот закрылся. Я просто крадусь и все. Не норм. Так-то.
Let me guess. You're about to break the law.
А стражник там ленивый, поэтому будет сложно пройти. О, почти пришли. Почти. Интересно, а какое изначальное предназначение вот этой вот постройки? Ясно.
Velsa, for the third time.
Did you get the invitation? Whose did you acquire? No, don't tell me. I want to see it with my own. Let me see here. And guest. Oh, this is good. The invitation allows for a single companion. Once you select your guest, you should visit the diamond. You don't have to dress up. You get to dress up. But your companion will need to acquire an... The invitation will be ready in no time at all.
And ignore them at your peril.
Well, I'm in. A wedding at Ubalajad Palace? Just imagine the spread.
Yes? Why are you looking at me like that?
Так, ну кого выбрать-то?
So, who are you going to bring with you to the palace? I hope you say Velsa. You what?
Have I mentioned how? Perhaps. Why do you ask?
But I am not a member of the Thieves Guild. And these forgeries will take time. How will I find an outfit? Yes, that is for the best. After, you must tell me how many fountains you see. A 3 fountain. I'm not in... But why? I don't understand. That is a very good point.
Я просто хотел, пусть идет. Хотя так-то тут никакой разницы-то нет. Наверное. Так, письмо. О чем же? А, я это знаю. теперь? Теперь кто-то там пошел.
Lady Belina. I always enjoy dressing you up.
Then you should come by my mansion later to collect your payment.
Ah, my unlikely savior returns. Zira sent word of yours. Well, any of the selections you see here should fit. I have an eye for these things. Please note, the outfit shall be on loan. Oh, that's like asking a parent to pick their favorite child. Each is special in its own way. Oh, go with what speaks to you. The first choice is always not after the merchant lords caught wind. It's good to be the preeminent tailor of Abba's Landing. Chief Inspector Ron Beek himself sent a personal apology. Something about excess zeal on the part of his underling. Oh, that horrid place of darkness. Magnifica Flora tried to lead me through, but I panicked and... Yes, it had a crystal...
Голоса ради. Не. Может, конечно, по приколу, но нет.
Remarkable. As though the outfit chose you.
Hard to miss you in that.
Конечно, уж. Посмотрите, как в этом будет. Не.
My. You don't exactly clean up, but you look absolutely roguish. I'll need my own outfit. Not exactly. If Nicholas is working with Kosh, he may have given my description to the guards. I'll need your help to get inside. Good. Here's the wedding invitation, straight from the desk of Silverclaw. After you meet your date at Hubalajad Palace.
Да, такой. Что этот? Ты... Все не очень. Честно говоря.
Does everyone else see how stunning my date is? Good. Ah, look at all the people here. What about it? Too much? Too little? To be honest.
А мне какая разница-то? Ах, видит.
No more games. Your bounty now.
Отстань.
Good. Now go.
Look at you. Such impeccable fashion belongs on the other side of this gate.
Yes. Everything in order as expected. Refreshments shall be served until the wedding begins. And might I compliment your... Don't want any riffraff finding their way inside. A wise suggestion of Chief Inspector Ron Beek.
To see the interior of Hubalajad Palace with my own... I could slip one of Velsa's sleeping poisons into the doorman's drink.
Are you lost? Wedding's in the other direction. What do you mean? You were the last through the gate? As long as I'm standing here, no one else is getting in. It's just an expression. If there's some sort of emergency on the grounds, of course I'll leave my post.
You almost had him. Is it time for thievery? Oh, I know. The wealthiest people make the loudest noise when they notice valuables are missing. You brought that mutt of yours after the scene she made at the last wedding?
Doshka is no mutt. She simply has a nose for the finest meats. And this time I'm keeping her far away from the food. She will be on her best behavior.
I was at that wedding. Dashka was a calamitous distraction. Perhaps we can recreate it here.
Может, спокойно.
I said the food is not ready.
How may I serve?
Ну, узнаем.
She smells you. Head to the food tables.
А, даже так.
I could use a break.
Get off the table! Someone take the dog away before this one turns it into soup.
They should have watered down the drinks.
Perfect timing. I can't exactly climb the palace walls in this outfit. Before the wedding, the groom should be presented to his guests, an old Tanith tradition. What can I say? Your own choice inspired me. This is a nice change of scenery from the den. First time I've been inside Hubalajad Palace. This place is a bit of a fortress.
Очень беспокойно бегаю.
They should really make... And I'd like to see the face of the man who stole my warehouse. Something in my throat.
You have filthy mind, you have.
Everyone, I require your attention.
This is it. Stay close. Let's see if Nicholas makes an appearance.
It is an honor and privilege to introduce our host for the evening. May I present the impending husband of Magnifica Flora, Lord Kosh.
Welcome to my home. I must thank all of you for joining me on this momentous occasion.
That's Nicholas.
Please, eat and drink your fill. Soon, I shall speak to you not as a humble merchant, but as a noble of Tanith.
Nicholas is Kosh?
But I thought...
Однако.
So that means... Oh no.
Damn it. I should have put it together. Nicholas played us. He played... I don't know how Nicholas reinvented himself as a reclusive merchant lord, but he managed to do so. We need to stop the wedding. Actually, we need Flora to do so. I think this can still work. Let's split up, learn where she is and how we can reach her. I need to come up with a very...
Now we begin our spying?
To see you.
Too loud again. So sorry.
Однако, на самом деле.
The servers. Are they coming from inside the palace? Perhaps they have a key. A guess, of course. I could be wrong.
Did someone just touch me?
Ну, татуировки, конечно, вообще у него выдают сильно.
Have you met my cousin, Magnifica Flora? Said not to embarrass her in this little... If you hope to talk her out of this folly, the ain't no I've tried. She's usually much better at fending off grasping cretins such as this Kosh fellow. Hello. Modesty is for the poor. If you were to continue my argument with my cousin, perhaps you could overwhelm her with reason. Say, what's your favorite drink? I can tell you prefer quality spirits, as I do. Then my palate is decidedly more refined than yours. The failing is mine. I mistook you for a far more interesting person. Excuse me, I must find a drink. Excuse me, I only...
Сам чай пьет. Да, можно было там узнать, если бы, наверное, как-то правильно ответить.
There's gristle in the camel milk, she says. Of course there's gristle. Who wants milk you can't chew? No job is worth this. There is Magnifica Flora's handmaid. Everything about her smells like roses, if you get me. Fusses over the bride like a doting aunt. She says the milk's for Magnifica. She's not my...
Вообще по нему можно было догадаться, что он
If you
пьет.
help me, I'll tell you whatever you want. The Somerset Hills 572 is subtle enough, but there's a group of fops who always hoard the bottles. Take one when they're distracted, or they're sure to cause a scene, which neither...
572 года, а это какой эры? Это важно.
Get me that bottle, and I'll tell you whatever you care to know about Wonderful. Magnifica Flora's handmaid shall soon have her own bowl of milk wine, entirely free. Master Kosh installed her in his own bedchamber. It's upstairs, you can't miss it. Don't let...
Let's tell Zira what we learned.
The palace is crawling with iron mail. Lead the way. We'll follow from the shadows.
You don't belong here. You have to go.
Ты уж извини. Но лучше бы не видеть. Тут никого не было. Абсолютно никого. Так. Их свинья.
Who are you? How did you get in here? Magnifica Flora, we came to warn you. Kosh is not the man he seems.
He's a merchant lord of Abba's Landing. That's one step above the scum they scrape from ship hulls. Is there any other grand revelation before I call the guards?
Please, give us a chance to convince you. Before you close any deal, you must do all you can to learn if it is a bad one.
People say this is not how I imagined my wedding to be. They tell amusing stories of what went wrong, trying to outdo each other's tales. Calling the guards on wedding crashers isn't one I've heard. The Thieves Guild stole my dowry. In doing so, they upset my standing in Teneth. But far worse, they desecrated the remains of my ancestor Denobia. When they couldn't remove the jeweled crown from her head, they separated it from her. The merchant lords of Abaz Landing are exceptionally crooked. They buy from pirates who raid Teneth waters and bandits who raid Teneth roads. But plundering ancestral tombs? That is too. Kosh, head of the Thieves Guild? You say he betrayed his own people to steal a dowry for some mad plot to marry a noble of Teneth? If you are bards sent by my cousin, your imaginations are sorely lacked. With what time? My escort arrives soon to begin the wedding. I have accepted my fate, as you must accept yours. Unless you can produce the skull of Denobia herself, I have indulged this madness for long enough.
Magnifica Flora is indisposed. She'll be ready in just a moment.
Do you intend to keep me here? Look around. There's nowhere to go.
But what of the hidden passages Zira mentioned? There might be another way out, yes?
Так. Весна? Нет. Угу. Первая весна, потом идет лето, осень, зима. Ясно? Понятно. Так вот, вопрос. Что из этого что?
There must be a pattern. Try another combination.
Это лето больше, это, ну, не знаю. Либо так. А, ну вот это точно зима. Этот, скорее всего, осень.
Did that cabinet just click?
Well, well. A portion of the dowry Nicholas decided not... And this must be Denobia's crown. Nicholas, you've doomed yourself. I knew Nicholas kept trophies from his heists. I used to smooth it over with the guild. One of his eccentricities, I'd say. Becoming Kosh hasn't altered his compulsion. I'll show Flora what Nicholas really is. She wants Denobia's crown as proof? I'll give it to her. Find your way to the wedding crowd. Once Nicholas is revealed as a fraud, escort your date. Magnifica Flora, there's something you need to see.
Блин, ну серьезно, да? Хотя это бесполезно оказался. Так.
this on straight.
Today, Lord Karsh of Abba's Landing joins with Magnifica Flora, the jewel of Tanith. It is my honor, as a duly appointed officer of the Iron Wheel, to officiate their union.
Stop! There is no honor in this union.
Guards!
Zero? You're alive? That is... What is the meaning of this?
More importantly, why do you have the desecrated remains of my ancestor?
The Iron Wheel. Look behind us! Should we be going? There must be some mistake.
Chief Inspector Ronbeek, take everyone into custody. I want this mess sorted.
We should go before they arrest us.
Iron Wheel! Secure all exits! None shall leave the palace grounds! Question everyone here! Be thorough!
My darling, I've been framed. I implore you to reconsider.
Give it a rest, Nicholas. Whining doesn't suit you.
Quiet, thief! You'll have enough time to bicker from inside your cell. Take them away!
Да, видимо, этого было брать плохой идеей. Ваш вопрос. Не посмотришь.
Please, release me.
Да, тут никак не помочь. А это просто ходит и работает. Что-то такого-то нет. Странно. Ух, еще сагрил.
Let's split up. I'll meet you at the den. The others need to hear what happened.
Это интересно, почему этот костюм так остался? Непонятно. Кстати, где тут? Торгаш. Сейчас, видимо. Ну, как я костюм верну, а? В таком случае-то. Ваш вопрос? Никак. Я уже начал более-менее по памяти бегать. Эх, не успел. Не успел я микрофон выключить, извините.
Your date made it back before you. Informed us of what happened at the wedding. Don't blame yourself. Yes, Zira's capture was an unfortunate turn of events. But Nicholas is the Iron Wheel's prisoner as well. A small Magnifica Falora has her dowry, and Nicholas is behind bars. The Iron Wheel won't be here much longer. We'll have a chance at freeing Zira in the chaos of their departure, whenever that is. But that's more your call. Zira said you were in charge until she returned to the den. That makes you the acting guildmaster. Boss.
Ну как-то так, теперь Гизия. Такое.
Just so we're clear, an acting guildmaster has no real power. But it makes you sound important, so we may as well call you that. Also, you get the blame if anything goes wrong. For now, nothing. Until we learn.
Да, ты ничего не можешь делать, но винить тебя будут. Ну, как всегда. Ничего нового.
Had the feeling you'd stop by. Did you know? That oily fat cat tried to bribe me with a fine wine to keep an eye out for you. Of course I took his bribe. Why do you think we're talking? So to meet him in the day.
А, он тут. Нормально.
Silverclaw, stop pacing. You'll wear a rut in the floor.
It helps me think. Now, where is the guildmaster? Or acting guildmaster? Or whatever you call it?
Look who's here. Your long wait is over.
I have good news, my friend. Chief Inspector Runbeak and the Iron Wheel will soon depart Hughesbane. And the bad news, Zira will be sent to Tanith, where she will stand trial for raiding somewhere in Noshira Citadel. The Iron Wheel's preparations to depart causes much distraction. There is no better time to slip among their ranks.
В смысле?
Where Zira is? Are we going to rescue her?
What do you mean we? I'm retired.
Zira would do the same for any of us, even you, Velsa.
The least we can do is hear out our acting guildmaster. So, what is the plan?
А чё это сразу?
I know it won't be easy to recover Zira, but I'm ready for this. Lots of crumbling walls. I can scout the best approach, see if the Iron Wheel leaves anything less defended. They won't notice me. Let me see your map. This place, just outside Noshira Citadel?
If we're going to Noshira Citadel, I can help. The Iron Wheel can always spot imposters. It's not the uniform. They cycle their soldiers between locations every few months. Keeps them from forming attachments with the locals. They see new faces all the time, so they're trained to spot certain mannerisms. Ones I've learned to spot as well. I just need a uniform. They change those too, small details here and there. We need one that can accommodate my tail. Oh, and bring the journal we used in Aldenobia Tomb. I have an idea.
I know that look. That's your tell Velsa to do something look. Why do none of you believe I'm retired? I could say it slowly. Retire. I only traveled to Aldenobia Tomb because I had history with the people who died there. But poking around the Iron Wheel's headquarters? Lunacy. I need a phenomenal reason to risk my life for Zira's. You did, and I am grateful. But rescuing Zira is a tall order. I'll do so on one condition. Promise to help Narani should she ever need it. I'm going to smash some stink apples at the front gate to draw the Iron Wheel there.
Все. Там. Это еще один дуб. Еще один дуб и один сюжетный, и все. Сюжетка пройдена. Так, о, это далеко. То, что тут бежим. Надо было вообще выходить через второй люк, но не получится уже. Так что идем там, где идем. Кстати, может будет это сюда заглянуть. Реликвии выкопать. Так и сделаю. Наша реликвия, ну, останется. Да, тут вроде как... А, нет, нет, все. Нормально тут. Нет. Или да. Неважно. Просто идем. Я просто думал, что дороги нет. Нет. Дорога тут есть. Но не туда, куда надо. Но есть. В ненужном направлении, конечно, но есть. Кстати, будет очень важно это скинуть в банк все материалы до того, как закончится подписка. Это просто ощущение, что там-то места больше занято. Я прикол в том, что может будет в банке статы оставить, которые, ну, сверхлимитные. Вот. Так я и сделаю. Там пыль покрытий. Пыль покрытий. И всякие фиолетовые, синие и зеленые закалки. В одной штуке закинуть. Ой, извини. Случайно. Так, как-то криво, походу, клад заспавнился. Где-то там. Вот где тут. А тут это... Идти никуда. Знаете. Не, может тут, конечно, как-то. Ну, вообще, да, может быть. Правда. А вот. Угу. Или может быть тут где-то. Угу. Нет. Вот тут вряд ли где-то есть. Тут тоже. Ну, разве что тут. Но я лучше так сделаю, потому что, ну, если не находишь с помощью лоцирования, вот, ну, не лоцирование, там вот как это называется, не помню, то значит лучше еще раз поискать где-нибудь. Эх, почти. Это там. А, вот. Нашлось. О. Нашлось. Ага. Ясно, понятно. Эх. Ну ладно. То хорошо. Это вот интересно. Да, много тут всякого. Нет. уже. Тут уже минус босс.
Scouting successful. The Iron Wheel doesn't send patrols beyond the walls anymore. They're too busy preparing to leave. And there's some sort of commotion at the main gate. Seems they've pulled a few soldiers. A gap in the wall not far from here. There's a lone sentry. I already told Walk Softly. He's waiting for you near the... I'll head back to the walls. Keep...
Ясно, идем. Эх, не успел.
See the sentry. He keeps looking through the gate, rubbing his lips, waiting for one of his mates to come by with a drink. We walk up. I present myself as a drunk, dapper Argonian. He challenges us, tells us to move along, then sees the bottle in my hand. I offer him a taste. Try to look non-threatening, if at all possible. My good man, is this the gate to Boss Landing?
You should move along. What, that bottle you have, what is that?
Delicious. Some wine from, Bergama. Why? You want some?
If you're offering, just a nip to get my blood pumping.
Кстати, именной.
Tava's tail feathers, it's awful. Ugh. What is that taste?
Something to which I'm immune. But he's right, it does taste awful.
My distractions worked, as expected. I'll stick to the shadows for now.
Here we part ways. Once I'm in uniform, I'll see how well I blend in. If I may suggest a course of action, the journal you brought contains... Chief Inspector Ron Beek has an office in the ruins where he entertains guests. If you were to leave the journal for him to find, there is little chance Nicholas could weasel out of the trial he faces in Tanith. Oh, and you could find out where they're holding Zira. Good luck. Don't get caught. If you do, we'll have to spring 2 guildmasters. You go ahead. I'll abscond with our sentry friend's uniform. May need to trim it down. He was a rather brawny fellow.
Кстати, тому стражику в какой-то степени повезло. Там трупа валяется. Менее везучий. Блин. Ну ладно. Эх. Так, насколько? А, нет. Казалось, сильнее будет действовать. Я нет. Все. Пойдемте. Нормально так. Костюм раздобыли. А где он? А, то есть он это бесполезен.
I have no quarrel with you. My dowry is safely returned to Aldenobia tomb, as are the remains of my ancestor. My former fiancé Kosh, that is Nicholas, has been very cooperative with the...
Что? Где?
Zira, I'll wait for the others and escort them through.
Ясно. И там. Нет, вход. О, шлось.
you certainly don't belong. Who are you? Straight to the point. Very good. I know where Chief Inspector Ron Beek took Zira. I'm willing to tell you. I didn't ask you to free me. A single lockpick, from one thief to another. A tradition Zira began, which means bad luck for her should you break it. Ah, walk softly. So good to see you again. How have you been?
Hunted. Missing too many dead friends.
And Velsa as well. I thought you'd retired.
And I thought you were dead. Seems we were both disappointed.
And who are you? I don't believe we've met.
I'm someone who knows better than to listen to your lies.
Nicholas in a cell. Nicholas could never pick a lock. Unless he learned since the dowry heist. A lockpick would be nothing more than a thin sliver of hope. Which you could deny him. Is his hopelessness worth zero?
А, ну замут-то не умеет.
Nicholas.
Nicholas wasn't lying. I figured out all of his tells long ago. He knows where they have Zira, which means the acting guild. If Chief Inspector Ron Beek personally moved Zira, we have very little time. A single lockpick won't do us any harm, and it gets us what we need. And I'll know if he's lying. So yes, toss one his way. Aim for the eye.
I've never met Nicholas before. Far as I'm concerned, I never... Absolutely not. We can't know if he's lying, and we shouldn't risk him. Do what you think is right, partner. I'll scout ahead.
Well, is there honor? Good. Always commit fully. Head through the prison and look for the docks. Should you hurry, the ship bearing Zira...
Here you are. Worst of luck to you. We had best hurry. The ship may sail.
I can't imagine we'll ever speak again.
А, нет, не пытается. А, так тут можно было, наверное, зайти. Да. Сам виноват. Ничего себе. Что у него было?
Velsa is around here somewhere, and Quen must still be scouting. I'll keep watch. Oh, and the sailors are...
You'll be charged with desecrating Aldenobia tomb, a capital offense. Cooperate, and I'll argue leniency. And what are you doing? The thief from Fulstrom Homestead was. So you say to an unarmed man. You seem to have the upper hand. For the moment. This won't stop. The iron wheel shall not stop. You mean Kosh? He insists he was duped by the Thieves Guild. His story doesn't completely add up. Dowry heist? You name your crimes? I once gave you a chance to surrender. Instead, you attacked my men and fled with a valuable relic. I'm not inclined to take you at your word.
Ложь.
Chief Inspector Rumby.
The other thief? Surrender, all of you. The Iron Wheel is relentless. We serve a higher calling than gold or riches.
We need to keep moving. We'll talk back at the den.
What? You seem the type to talk all day.
Zira, you aren't the only prisoner we freed. They're on shore and itching to come back to the Thieves Guild.
Yes, yes, a charming reunion. Open the cage so we can go.
We need to keep moving. I almost said something pithy like, you're late, or about time. But really? Better now that I'm out of that cell. I can't wait.
Alas.
Ты кто?
I must be cursed.
А, что камеру открыть нельзя. Ну вот, на.
Might I say, you are the most magnificent Magnifica I've ever met. You elevate the cesspit of Abba's Landing with your very presence.
Who are you again? Apologies, Magnifica. We have much to discuss when timing is more convenient for us both.
Так, еще. Вот. Берем. Ну, опять стрим лагает, как я вижу, немного бывает.
Help out a poor soul.
Someone.
Так, Купи. Так, где ты хлам-то?
Until I spent time in a cell, I didn't realize how much this place had grown on me. It's good to be back. With what? They can't look to Magnifica Flora for help. She hired the Iron Wheel to recover her dowry. When they did, she stopped funding them. After what we took from the Iron Wheel, they'll barely have enough to ship Nicholas to Tanith. What they'd planned to do with me, they'll put him on trial. A show trial because the people want revenge. When he's convicted, well, I hear the guillotine is popular in Tanith. But never waste an opportunity.
О,
Huh.
Tracy.
Nicholas used to say that. Well then, let's see what Tanith nobles think lucrative means. As for the rest of you, I'm naming you as part of my Thieves' Council. I'll need those I can trust in the coming months. Yes, even Velsa. Counselor Emeritus, if it suits you.
This calls for a drink. Or 5. Where's Andari?
Huzzah! Meaningless titles.
Don't be so, well, you.
My apologies for interrupting. Your Lord Thrag escorted me here. Magnifica Flora requests Zira call upon her at the earliest convenience.
I'll have to celebrate later. Opportunity waits for none of us, whatever title we have.
What would you have us do? Stare at one another until your return?
What does it matter to you? Aren't you retired?
Semi-retired. And what would you suggest? Hold hands and sing song?
Hardly. The only tune you know is grating.
I think I'm starting to like you.
Такое себе звание. Такой себе титул даже пать не буду. Тут всего 2 вылазки. Вот, а. Очень маленькая локация, кстати. По исследованию.
We did it, partner. That was...
The Thieves Guild is restored.
I'll enjoy holding this over.
Ну и остались вот эти вот второстепенные квесты, и все. Блин, ну вот эта штука. Это нечто. А, ладно.
Oh, you are a pot of treacle tea on a dreary day, my friend. This one has been trying to put her past in order, in addition to reaching out to Velsa. Thank the moon Faradon located Tashmin in Windhelm, a city in distant East March. He sent word that bounty hunters have captured him, even though he can find no... Of course, this one should have handed it over when you were...
Mirana, you should have told me. Of course I'll find your son.
Oh no, this one doesn't want to be left alone to worry about you and Tashmin. Please, stay here with me.
Ладно. Понятно. Кто там в выставке сидит? Чтоб не бегать там до порталов. А да никто. Видимо. Ладно. Тогда так. Все равно это быстрее. На одну загрузку меньше. Не, ну конечно в идеале можно качать видео до конца, но это будет слишком долго, поэтому, пожалуй, лучше просто качну. Толку больше.
Get the gold. I just need a little more time. Yeah? Well, Tosh isn't here. And that's where you should be, not here. Wait a moment. Why are you looking for Tosh? He never hurt anyone. Trouble? Well, I'm in trouble too. Do a favor for me and I'll tell you where they took Tosh. Derode Mavinio at the Anvil in Padre. I owe him a bit of gold. That won't work. He'd have to admit he deals skooma and he's too stubborn for that. Just tear the page with my debt out of his ledger and bring it to me. He keeps it in a locked chest near the forge. Do this, and I'll tell you what happened to Tosh.
Ладно, идем.
What are you, a bunch of milk drinkers?
Fresh from the warm southern lands, you smell of salt and sunshine.
Плохой замок. Ненадежный. А, все.
You actually came back. Does that mean you did that favor I asked? You got it? Now my skooma dealer has nothing on me. I get a fresh start. Tosh was with me when two dark elves grabbed him. They claimed to be bounty hunters, but I've seen this before. They take unfortunates like us and turn us. He's down near the docks, tied up and waiting to be packed onto a ship.
А, Дима, привет. Давно тебя не было. Что за фейбл на минималках? Причем тут фейбл? Вот, причем он тут? Вообще другой жанр. Похож. Я не знаю, почему он похож. Как поживает, это нормально, более-менее. Год живу. Так, и куда?
Tashmin thanks you, but continues to wonder why you bothered. You want something, yes? My mother sent you? This one has not seen Narani, because this one was young and foolish once, full of anger, and certain that the moons shone only for me. Soon, the skooma.
Это из этой игры? Нет. Я вообще не знаю, из какой игры это мем. Может быть, Скайрима, конечно, которая 5-я часть. Но точно не из этой. Так, ну вот этот квест даю, и все, гильдия вру закрыта. Наверное. Вроде не должно больше ничего выдавать. Атмосфера на веб, похоже, анимация геймплей на Divinity 2. На Divinity, похоже, это... Она на WoW похожа, это ММО, как и World of Warcraft. Тот же сам World of Warcraft, но во вселенной свитков. Скорее не играл, что ли. А Divinity, она же пошаговая. Хотя их там много. Ждать.
Is that my mother? This one never should have stayed away so long.
Oh, happiness! Oh, joy! First Velsa, and now my Tashmin.
Your mother. What? I must have something in my eye. Mold spore or something. It's the damn cistern. Who lives in a cistern?
Есть РПГшка совета от третьего лица. Мне советуют пошаговую Divinity, которая Original Sin 2. Тоже советуют. Мне уже столько насоветовали там на несколько лет вперед.
It certainly looks that way. Between Tashmin and I, Narani, and I plan to make up for everything Narani has missed. I'll be there for... What a ridiculous question. Tashmin is... He's part of this family. And it's a...
Все, еле закрыто. Leon Studios. Но это не Ларина, как я понимаю. Так, все. Нет. Не все. Еще один. Я еще не все квесты закрыл. Блин, вот тебе она не нравится, вот таким нам вот нравится, вот вас не поймешь. Я вот тоже думал, Ведьмак на Фэй был похож по геймплею. Нет. Не, я думаю, Ведьмак 3 похож на Ведьмака 2 по геймплею. Нет. Очень похож и очень разочаровал меня. Поэтому, ну, не знаю. Кому верить, кому не верить, что игра хорошая, что плохая. Такое ощущение, что вот сами поиграешь, не узнаешь. Ну. Вот, ну никак. Придется как-нибудь пробовать. Что я несу? Не знаю. Второй экран, говорят, похож. Он похож только на самом деле боевкой. Вот в остальном вообще другой. Вот только боевка такая же. Все остальное абсолютно другое. Во второй части. Если сравнивать с третьей, там вообще абсолютно все другое. Даже сюжет лучше. И саундтрек.
Yes. He's the reason I needed a strong drink. According to Magnifica Valora, the Iron Wheel's prison ship encountered a storm and nearly capsized. The waves... Neither does Magnifica Valora. Here's a copy of his wanted poster. It's plastered all over Tanith. I want you to find out what really happened. If he's dead, we throw a party in the den. Do as you see fit. I'll back whatever decision you make. Someone called the Desert Falcon is looking for Nicholas as well. That's how this came to my attention.
Больше появился сюжетный квест, который как бы... Почему-то не сюжетный. Хотя он сюжетный. Странно.
Someone who doesn't realize Desert Falcon is incredibly pompous. Nicholas made enemies over the years. Maybe it's one of them. But why look for him now and not after the dowry heist? I don't know how to answer that. We were friends for so many years. He meant so much to the guild, to me. The Thieves Guild doesn't murder.
Здесь воров не убивает, но такие же веселые просто одновременно. Не можно.
I shouldn't ask you to do that. In fact, I can't. But if you find him alive and leave him...
Можете посмотреть характеристики ПК, ну... Блин, давайте... Надо бы, на самом деле, уже давно где-нибудь сделать их, ну ладно, давай скажу. Процессор Ryzen 5 3600, видюха GTX 1660 Ti, оператива 16 гигов, жесткий диск на 2 терабайта. Ну вот так как-то. Stormhold. Ух ты ж, куда мне надо.
Those poor mages trapped within Elden Hollow. In honor of thee.
Винхельм. Блин, мне не надо Винхельм. Мне надо в Stormhold. Это не то. Видеоха 1660 Ti. Это важно. То есть улучшенная версия 1660. На 6 гигов. Видюха. R5 3603. Я понимаю, что у меня иногда слова неправильно слышатся, но 3 и 2 это прям абсолютно разные слова. 3 то можно было услышать вместо 2. 3603. Так, ой, так. Заметил звук, ладно. Спорка офигенная, но учитывая то, что она сейчас собрана в том году, то она и вправду хорошая. Да, там нет рейтрейсинга. Ну, блин. Очень мало игр, где он есть. Да, единственный минус моей видеохи то, что там нет RTX. Как нет? Он есть. Более старый только. Stormhold это где? Да, это Stormhold. А где именно в Stormhold? Не ясно. А, ну вот он. Так, а куда надо? Ага, вижу. С вами играем зачем RTX? Не знаю. Да его нет нигде. Ну он как бы есть. Наверное, в 5 играх каких-нибудь и все. В остальных он как бы отсутствует. У меня Doom Eternal идет на максималках. Мне нормально. Ну тогда я не спорю, что он мне не нужен. Хотя в Майнкрафт сыграть с RTX. Но она стоит столько, поэтому нет.
You are the last person I expected to see. Did you come to gloat? To tell me my search for Nicholas will end in failure? And how did you learn I was the Desert Falcon? I'm no longer chief inspector of anything. After your guild escaped Noshira Citadel, I had no choice but to resign from the Iron Wheel. The journal was a nice touch. I'd hoped it would seal the fate of Nicholas at his trial. You don't get that from me. You couldn't follow simple instructions to put down a sparkling trinket. How can I possibly trust you?
Ага. Не, лень, поэтому я качну навык. Где он? Вот.
You don't get. We thought Abaz's landing was full of bandits. The merchant lords pointed us in your guild's direction. When I realized they.
Сколько ватт? О, вот это не помню.
I withdrew the Iron Wheel to Noshira.
БП я не помню. Я помню, что мы БП там докупали к корпусу, хотя у нас корпус идет с БП. Ну, потому что БП, походу, при поставке вытрали. Вот просто его взяли и иногда там вытрали из корпуса. То есть у нас как бы должен быть встроен блок питания в корпусе, а его в итоге не было. В итоге пришлось снова покупать. Потому что возвращать там отказались, а легче было купить. Там намного было легче купить, потому что там надо было вести на проверку вот это все. Понятное дело, чтобы ничего не проверили там. Ничего бы не вернули. Ну там прям видно было, что вытрано. Еще этих не было. Болтов всяких не было. Поэтому много еще пришлось докупать. Больше я там брать не буду компы. Но предметы для компов. Хотя бы остальное все нормально привезли. И последнего, ну, там можно было, но везти на проверку Москву из моей деревни, ну, такое.
All right, you win again. Here, this no. But there's a snitch, goes by the name Bellalord Shatterbeak. Slippery. I'm not helping you. I'm ending my involvement. I'm done with his case. There's neither profit nor honor in its...
Вот этот чел был главным там в одной крупной группировке, а теперь вот он. Тут сидит. Откуда был сильник? Нет. Топ-компьютер. Там прям так называлось, топ-компьютер. Больше там брать не буду. Гоша, привет. Топ-компьютер, отвечаю. Ну, да. Ну, давай, спасибо. Удачи. Хотя зачем смотреть Вов, когда можешь смотреть вот teso.
Heard he wanted the same thing. Also heard he was a guard. Keep your fists down. Bellalor knows the score. Don't blame me for making a living. The Imperial wasn't a local. First thing, he didn't go by Nicholas. Can't recall his name. Something equally forgettable. But I do remember his high elf companion. A widow she was. My darling, a manor near some fort in Deshan. Fort Taldaic, was it? I don't entirely recall. The drink, you see. Oh, she'd fallen for him. I could see that. He was some sort of painter?
Ясно. Так. Если кто-то в Дешане. Да. Вот этот. Что-то мне кажется, что количество лайков не изменилось, ну ладно. Правила поменял, ну... Я вообще очень давно менял правила, и когда ты заходил последний раз, они были такими, какие есть. Так что не знаю. Что-то там новое заметил. Ну, наверное, ты последний раз правила читал очень давно. Любители советов, но это очень давно уже, на самом деле, висит там. Ну, потому что, ну, согласись, иногда очень достают. Я из-за них много чего тропнул вроде как даже. Фейбл тот же самый. Нет, Ведьмака я бросил просто потому, что ну, не могу в него больше играть. Да Фейбл я бросил. Вот Фейбл, да. Ведьмака нет. Там просто я бросил его. Потому что ну, не скучно было. Слишком. А, теперь он так зовется.
He struggles enough finding his muse. Distracting him with financial matters will disturb his concentration.
Кстати, я мог бы так доплыть. Не рекламирую что-либо без разрешения, ну а что не так с этим? Вот все правильно. Продам крашу. Спасибо, но нет.
I knew my time here wouldn't last. I hoped it would take longer, though. Zero wanted... What business? The man you knew as Nicholas truly died in that storm. I am a changed man. A married man. I live quietly in this house, painting things that... Ask. I'll tell you everything you want to know. No more secrets. I wanted more. Alone, Abba's landing is a meager prize. But if I could find a way to bring in Tanith... But I hadn't. Velsa should have joined me at Maluk's path. After my death, she would lead the others back to Abba's landing. Zira could scatter the guild before the Iron Wheel's arrival. But then Velsa retired and everything changed. Of course not. But had all gone according to plan, Zira could have filtered the guild into Tanith. Set up there while the Iron Wheel was chasing them here. And when I was Magnifica Falora's puppet in Abba's landing, Zira would be mine in Tanith. Very well. We both know my part in what happened to the Thieves Guild. I won't beg for my life, if that's what you're expecting. If that's what Zira wants from me. Truly?
Она поживет.
You will never hear from me again. I swear it upon the love I hold for my dear wife. This home. Thank you. I won't squander this. I had an unexpected visitor today. Nothing to worry about, and they're leaving. You and I should relax and have a nice glass of wine. I have some of that Colovian vintage breathing.
Коловянское вино есть, а шлема нет. Где шлемы? Хочу коловянский шлем. Очень. Их нет. Почему их нет? Непонятно. Уровень, значит, был, а тут нет. Ладно, давай. Удачи. Спасибо, что зашел. Так, а где я? Ого. Далеко же закинула. Не, туда, конечно, можно было доплыть. Да и пешком дойти туда можно было, но такое себе. Чёрты. Уйдите. А, да, точно тут был. Помню это место. Опять вы. Вот такой ящик. Бывает получше. Сразу два. Сразу зацепка. Вот это прям вдвойне хорошо. Меня тут нет. Я как думаю, трус инвентарь забить. Как-то да. Ладно, я значит с вами. Меня тут нет. Давай. Так, так. Я сказал так. Далеко. Эх, тайника нет. Все тайники залутали. Я серьезно, абсолютно все тайники залутали. Такое ощущение, что все сразу побежали выполнять квесты гильдии. Теперь эти сундуки обличают. Ящики. Потому что никак больше я это продать не могу. Эх, вот камень мешается этот. Ча. Да. Может так пройти на самом деле будет. Вот так. Угу. О, все откопано. Эх, вот так случайно выкопал. Ну ладно. Угу. Опять никого. Да. Ну ладно. Просто телепортнемся на Ватанфилла, от Ватанфилла гильдии, да. А как же еще? Никого в этом проклятии нет. Придется вот так. Все равно так быстрее, чем вручную бежать до святилища. Хотя может было бы это. Может было бы что? Может было бы за золото телепортнуться, но зачем тратить 100 золотых, когда можно вот так вот.
Well, what happened? Is he... landed on his feet, despite the betrayal and death he left behind? You can never read. You helped restore the Thieves Guild, make it more than it once was. Of course.
Все, последний квест выполнен.
Now all the old business is put to rest. Let's go. We have... heists to plan and merchant lords to rob. See you in the den.
Можно вот так делать.
This one works a special kind of alchemy. Theft to gold.
А, только продать можно.
You need something to do.
Ну, такое. Бесполезное. Если честно. Реально бесполезно. Тысяча 35%. Я понимаю, пусть там какие-нибудь 10 или 20, но 35% это ну, много. Это слишком много, как мне. Хотя, что проверить? Да, тут и лимит тут тоже есть, так что ну, еще и лимит. Я понимаю, даже если бы лимита не было, там лимит общий. То есть всякий мусор за 40 продавать. Но нет. В общем, нет.
Why does a bar's landing... Well, I don't know how to ask this without causing offense.
I am rarely offended. Please, ask.
Why does a bar's landing stink?
Take any harbor town. With the normal fish stenches, add swampland, the hot sun, and filthy pirate.
Ладно. Значит так. Место есть, так что то на Золотом береге. Я не буду до 12 добивать, потому что ну, 12 это слишком. 10, да, 12 снова нет. Серьезно, никого на золотом нет? Да. Пойдем. Откопнем. Ой, ой. Интересно, там дверь будет? Это важно. Есть дверь или нет? Да. Дверь есть.
You must be the new initiate. The speaker sent word that you were on your way. I'm the matron of this sanctuary. Obey me without question, and this is for you. Shroud of Honor, the uniform of the Dark Brotherhood. You're one. We are all brothers and sisters, children of the Night Mother and our dread father. Even lone assassins need a family. Introduce yourself to the others. They can provide advice. Eager, are you? That's good. Then go explore the sanctuary. Meet the others, at least the ones currently at home.
Ну что, тут надо поговорить со всеми.
So you're the new recruit, huh? No, don't tell me your name. I'll just call you New Blade. It's easier to remember, and it's not like I'm gonna know you for very long. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to offend you. I just believe in full disclosure. We've lost an initiate and a fully trained assassin recently. Mirabelle's in denial, but I know trying to pull off the spooky thing. Not bad, but your technique needs a little work. I'm sure you just need some more practice. Anyway, stay sharp out there, New Blade. The Dark Brotherhood has been good to me. They taught me to focus my anger, to let the Dread Father work through me. I have a home, an income. Oh, New Blade, there are always rules. The trick is to learn what they are before you get your hand caught in the sweet roll box. For us, it's all about the 5 tenets. I'm sure there's a book about them somewhere in the sanctuary. Oh, it's a long and sordid tale, full of romance and daring do. Or if you prefer the short version, I was apprenticed to a smith and sentinel. Loved the trade, hated my master. Oh no, that was just the beginning of my story. I was young and stupid back then. I ran, but apparently not far or fast enough. Got to spend some quality... Well, it wasn't sunshine and camel milk, but I survived. Met some people, learned some lessons. When one of the guards got sloppy, I was ready to act. Simple as that. Of course, my old life was over. Hey, I had to make a living. I was branded as a killer, so killing was what I did. Worked for the crime boss Bashira for a while. Then I had a visit one night. The speaker scared the piss out of me, but I couldn't refuse his generous offer.
Ну, понятно.
It's all right, little one. Just a new smell. Your new... Come on now, Hilda. Don't be shy. Sorry. She can be skittish around strangers. New brother! Welcome, welcome. If there's anything... Of course. It's important to get to know everyone. You're part of the family now. Oh, that's not a werewolf. Well, I guess it is. But it's also little Hildegard. She's really sweet, but you'll need to say hello later. She still doesn't have the hang of it. Hildegard is like the little sister I never had, but her true family was awful. They drank the blood of werebeasts. It's a dangerous practice, but not entirely unheard of in Nordlands. They even thought... We assume so. But as to why she can't control her transformations, that remains a mystery. She lost control one day and hurt another member of the tribe. They cursed her. I'm a skilled hunter. Taming animals is almost second nature to me. It took time, but she came to trust me, accepted me as her big brother. Before that happened, though, she nearly tore my... Well, you know, there are some things we just don't talk about in public. I always liked to hunt and fight. I became a soldier, but that turned out to be more about waiting around than actual battle. So I sold my sword as a mercenary? Indeed I did. Kept a low profile in town, spent most of my...
Есть какие тут люди ходят. Тяни.
Well met, brother. I coordinate our family's more mundane contracts. I suggest you get used to this face, because you're going to be seeing a lot. Did she now? Are you sure that's what she told you to do? Wouldn't want you to get in trouble your first day in the sanctuary. No, don't repeat what I say. It annoys me. Now, where was I? Oh yes, your training. Complete a contract, receive a... I don't expect you to last a week, but as long as you're still here... Ready for your first contract? Not everyone appeals to the Dark Brotherhood through the Black Sacrament. For those with copious amounts of gold to spare, we usually indulge them all. Typically, you'll consult the ledger marked for death. But I've had... Travel to the city of Qwenix, identify the target listed on this contract, then eliminate them. I encourage you to practice with the Blade of Woe. But as long as the... What are you standing around for? I'm not much to look at, and not... Me? I'm flattered. No, that's not the right word. Uncomfortable? Not the brooding type? Good. They're a bore. I've been with Astara. Anyone can find a reason to kill someone.
Ладно, пошли. О, вход. Так вот, где там город? А, тут. Опять. Так, а где пишу? А, все. Ну ладно. Так, а где вход-то? Я думаю, я его нашел, а нет. Он только там. Дальше.
Another distraction.
Эх, стражник тут. Стражник, ты можешь идти подальше? Молодец. Высрать так. Эх, кто-то пообещал все эти сундуки, походу. Эти. Да. Вы тут с клинками. Ненормально. Спасибо, что не видели. Интересно, будет каждый раз с дверью разговаривать или нет. Сейчас узнаю. Нет, не надо. После вперед открывается.
You're back, I see. How could I not? You're standing in my light. So tell me, how did you do? Well, good for you. But don't get too full of your accomplishments just yet.
А, после любых. Нормально. Видимо, кого-то не того прибили. Возможно, да.
Those loudmouth fanatics! It's time to teach them a lesson about the blessings of silence!
Enough. I'll decide how we respond to these malign sermons. Initiate, I have a task for you.
Кажется, понял кого.
Once again, the pious idiots of... As if the Grand Sermonizer didn't have enough vices to rage about. Now she's preaching against the Brotherhood. She says we are weak, powerless. A toothless dragon that inspires ridicule instead of fear. These lies must be silenced. Permanently. Be wary. The Order of the Hour has increased its presence in Kvatch. Avoid the warrior priests if you can. Tannik will meet you in Kvatch. I expect the two of you to deal with the Grand Sermonizer. Caution becomes the appropriate response after the deaths of two assassins, Initiate. But make no mistake, I expect you to...
Вот там понятно.
I have my own contract in Kvetch. I'll join you in Tannik as soon as I'm finished.
3 blades on the same contract? Is that wise, mate?
Just make sure that...
Ну, не доверяют. Не доверяю. Как может доверять такому человеку, а? Не знаю, как может доверять. Так, сюда. Это странно, что у них нет скупщиков краденого. Ну ладно.
I was wondering how long it would take you to get here. Didn't Astara instill you with a sense of urgency about this mission? She must be getting tender-hearted after all these... Yes, I say so. I find life to be a complicated series of pranks and pratfalls. Besides, this is your mission. No, that would be boring. You start murdering the Sermonizer's priests, while I take on the real challenge. I'll locate her hiding spot. Then I'll find you, so we can kill her together. That will put the fear of the Brotherhood. Be stealthy, or slaughter everyone that gets in your way. Whichever works best for you. They all wind up with Sithis in the end, so what's the worry? Time to dip our daggers in Sermonizer blood. Watch your back, new blade.
Он сказал, всех можно. Так что, ну, воспользуемся его советом. А то никто не увидит. Нет. Ходим. Проблема в чем? Проблема в том, что кто-то уже убивал всех проповедников. Не, серьезно. Не знаю. Вот это очень тупо делать второй квест у всех одинаковым. То, что он реально одинаковый. Вот, всем надо вот идти сюда. Искать подходящих. А их нет. Как я думал, вот они. Да. Что? О, ты мне нужен. Ой, чё? Да, штраф, конечно, из-за клинка высокий. Да, зачем я сюда пошел?
This doesn't seem right. Бедные неписи.
Stop right there.
Все, я на арене. Толку от этого нет, но я на арене, да. Не очень весело. У меня есть только выход. У меня нет выбора. Либо наряда, либо стражники бьют. А вот либо туда, либо туда. Вот стражники не подойдут уже. Блин. Два стражника тут.
Murder is a filthy business in the eyes of Akatosh.
Да, я это.
And those who treat murder as business are the worst of all.
Мне нужно избавиться от тех, кто может меня видеть. Пустой город. Это просто пустой город, да. Нормально. Так, есть стражники, есть вот эти паладины, которые безобидны. Да. Так. Кстати, тут есть убежище воров. Нет? Есть что? Никто не спасет. Ну ладно, оставлю. Кто нужен? Нет. Только заметил подходящего. Его тут же кинули. Ты кто? Ой, извини.
The Dark Brotherhood, cowards and skeever lovers, the lot of them. Murder is a filth.
Все. А еще.
Our quarry cowers in her family's estate outside Kvatch. I'll meet you there, New Blade. And if you really want to impress the matron, kill a few more sermonizers along the way.
Давай. 8 игроков других. О, стражники. Приснулись. Блин. Случайно нажал. Нет свидетелей, нет проблем. Это именно так тут работает. Если хочешь, пойду в квест, страдай. Это да.
I'm quite busy, can't you see?
А, за это даже ачивка есть. Ну-ка. Блин. Нашел подходящий, на тебе, стражник сразу. Да, на бинту это, конечно, будет крайне тяжело. Пятерых противников, на которых так все охотятся тут. Это вообще грофа ради, мне кажется.
Have you heard who's fighting in the arena today? I hear it's going to be a bloodbath.
О, последний. Наконец-то. А, то есть это за пределами города. Ладно. Пошли. Ой. А я просто убегу и все. Вот просто возьму и убегу. Ничего не делают.
Grand Sermonizer, have you discovered the location of the sanctuary yet?
Unfortunately, this assassin expired before revealing anything useful.
I'll capture another. Try not to kill this one before we learn the location of the Dark Brotherhood's lair.
Думаю, понятно.
Lord Akatosh, hear our prayer.
You just prepared the body, like so.
Who is that black-armored warrior? Some kind of mercenary? Now's our chance. Follow me. She tortured Simbar. Such an insult to the family cannot stand. At least he knew how to hold his tongue. What foul magic is this? New Blade, beware. I feel so weak. I can't move.
Two assassins. This is unexpected, but I refuse to die here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit here and see who comes for me first. Sithis or Tall Papa?
Tarnik, are you planning to just lay down and die?
They knew we'd come for Simbar. Trapped his body with some kind of foul death magic.
Get up, you milk drinker! Sithis still has work for you to do. Initiate. The Grand Sermonizer is yours. I'll get Tarnik home.
Defend me, Knights of the Order of the Hour. Show this assassin the true power of Akatosh. Trust in Akatosh. Let the Dragon God guide his strikes.
Нет, не уйдешь.
Murder me if you must. It won't save your Dark Brotherhood. It seems I'll need to use something harsher than words to deal with you. Black Dragon paper striker started Akatosh. Lord Akatosh!
Все. Кстати, довольно далеко он куда-то вылез. Странно даже. О. В общем, давайте-ка квест даем и заканчиваем на этом стрим, пожалуй.
Kor brought Tannik home injured but alive. He told me you went after the Grand Sermonizer. Tell me, has the Simbar was one of our best. To allow himself to be captured like that. I didn't think that either the Grand Sermonizer or the Order of the Hour was capable of such a black armor. I've heard rumors of such a warrior, but to seek the location of our sanctuary.
Прикольный такой костюм, кстати.
Don't worry, Tannik. A cask of mead, and you'll be back on your feet in no time.
Shit, your mead tastes like bee vomit. I think I'll pass.
Oh, Tannik, I hate that this happened to you.
You worry more than the matron, Hildegard. I'll be as good as new before you know it. The new blade has arrived. Give us the room if you would, Kor.
Certainly, Tannik. But I still expect you to be completing contracts again in a few days.
I'll do my best not to disappoint you.
Take your time, Tannik. I'm going to go say
Сейчас. Так, все тут.
We're not certain what.
Опять.
And I'll make sure that everyone remembers Simbar's bravery. He refused to give up. Simbar could easily best me in a fight, and that warrior bested him. A chance to beat your record. How many of this?
Кстати, наград тут повыше. Ну, потаскивается. Так. Да, путеводителя тут нет. Ну ладно. Давайте, как говорил, закончим на этом. Всем спасибо, всем пока.